Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So right now you've got the low, you've got the high, you've got a low, and right now that's a higher high, and that, right now at the moment that's a higher low. So you've come up, you've done something like that, and you're coiling up essentially. Now there is a bit of a bullish pattern that's forming here for Bitcoin. Okay, you've got a key level of support just there. You see that you've now turned into resistance. So just there, when you came down here for Bitcoin, you rolled at this point, and you had this big capitulation just there, called up, and then you got a continuation of the trend just there. Okay, so it's basically consolidation and then capitulation. I think just there's some kind of little bear pennant that was formed, and all that's tradable as well. So from there, when you lost that support from there to there, you can see that once you lost support, you carried out the technical target of a bear pennant just there. Okay, so that would have been an amazing short of around about 11% for Bitcoin. But what you're doing right here is creating a little bullish reversal pattern at the moment, providing you can continue to hold these lows, because look, that previous support has now become resistance twice. Okay, what you're doing, you've got this low, you've got this higher low, and you've got this high just there, and this is actually a higher high, given the way you've closed and opened just there, is still higher than that. So I know the wicks are high there, but you've actually closed and opened higher than that, so it's still technically a higher high and higher low structure right now that you're holding. Because if you start to coil up here for Bitcoin, okay, and you hold this low that you've come back in, this retracement to this low here, you are creating a higher low structure, and you're essentially coiling up in some kind of ascending triangle, and you get closer and closer to this apex here, you're going to get the little breakout to the upside. Okay, so it's looking relatively good for continuation, providing you can keep doing what you're doing. Now obviously if you start to retrace, because what's happening here, look, you've come up impulsively, you ran into this high, and right now you're coming back for support to this low. So this is technically still an uptrend. Now to invalidate this uptrend, you have to come down and lose this low, because if you start to lose this low, I'm going to give you a technical target that Bitcoin will be in using fibs. Okay, so from there to there, you can see if you start to come down, then you're going to be in a 1618 target to 3369. Okay, where you get some cheeky bids in if you start to take out that low. So Bitcoin, if it starts to roll here, sweeps these lows, you're going to be in a 1618 target, where I would imagine you get some cheeky bids in, get the bounce, start to come back up, and you can see essentially some kind of big W double bottom pattern like that. Okay, potentially if you start to sweep these lows. So if you start to see Bitcoin lose 35537, I would imagine you're coming down to the 1618 target just there. But what you're doing, like I said to you, all you're doing here is retracing, and you can see where you're finding support, the golden ratio. So you come up impulsively, and right now you retrace into this low. So providing you can hold this low just there, okay, you start to coil up, you're going to start attacking this high again, and what you've got is this beautiful ascending triangle, beautiful double bottom pattern, where you start to coil up in towards the apex, and at that point you start to break out. Because if you do start to break out here for Bitcoin, like I said to you, there's a key level of resistance just there. I'm going to give you that exact level of resistance right now for Bitcoin. Let me show you. Okay, that key level resistance for Bitcoin right now that is under is this previous support just there, now back testing, turning into resistance twice. So that's a key level resistance, but a precursor to attacking this one fib to invalidate the 1618 target that you're actually in. Okay, because what's happening, you've broken down, you've bounced off to 1272, and you're trying to retrace to the one fib to retest it as resistance, but you've run into that resistance there, so you're coiling up essentially. Now if you start to break out, that could offer an amazing level of resistance, start to come back to retest this previous high as support. Okay, that could be amazing right there for Bitcoin as a long opportunity, okay, with a stop loss. Because if you start to come back up and you break and back test, boom, see you later, you're gone scare, and you've got your bottom here, you've got a beautiful W bottom and ascending triangle, and you're beginning to retrace at a high right there for Bitcoin. Okay, now obviously failing that, if you do start to come down and lose these lows, you are going to be in a 1618 target bare minimal. Okay, but like I said to you so many times, when the market's coming down, people get greedy in the sense of shorting and selling, and depression, and it doesn't always go in the direction for too long. Greed, basically. It's the same going up. People expect it to keep going up, and can continue going to the moon, but eventually it rolls over and comes in for a retracement. It's the same when it's coming down. People get really greedy, but eventually it comes up for a retracement to the high, and it's at that point, does it continue with this downtrend that it's creating, or does it retrace to the high and break it? Okay, and it's the same with going up. You start to retrace to the lows, you take out the lows, you validate in a downtrend, and you're losing the lows basically, and you're creating a new trend. Do you see that? So yeah, greed at the top and greed at the bottom. It works both ways. So the market doesn't always go in the expectation of everybody wants. When the easiest way of making money right now would be to short the market. Do you understand that? So if you keep shorting, it doesn't keep paying dividends. Do you understand that? Usually beautiful bottom reversal pattern which we're looking for, and we're getting it right now. We're getting this beautiful little ascending triangle when everyone's becoming really bearish, expecting continuation and capitulation. But at this point, you know, we start to create this beautiful little bullish reversal pattern right now and hold these lows, and we're retracing to the golden ratio like I've shown you just there, optimal entry point with a stop loss. You start to come back up, you attack these highs, you're breaking out. And one thing we want to see here for Bitcoin, of this reversal pattern, which we are beginning to form here, providing we can hold these lows, is on the daily time frame, just there for Bitcoin, we need to see it get back above the 20 EMA and the 55, okay? Because look, the trend is your friend until the end. Break the trend, make a new friend. Okay, and that's exactly what happened in the summer. The trend is your friend until the end. Break the trend, make a new friend. Get back above, hold it as support, boom, you're getting an impulsive break to the upside, okay? But it's this here, this is the most important part for me. This, I'm not bothered about all this capitulation, this rollover. This doesn't bother me, you know. It just offers optimal opportunity, because like I said to you, it only goes in one direction for so long, and at some point it comes in for the retracement. It's at this point here, this retracement, wherever we break out, this is the most important part for me, for continuation of the bull run or confirm a bear market, okay? So at that point we'll trade it together, and we'll look at that together and assess it and see what happens, okay, before I confirm the bear market or continuation of the bull market. But I do think, you know, given analysis and what I'm seeing as well, is that this is potentially one big corrective phase of a bull market, some kind of big A, B, C correction coming back to support, okay? So let's hold the lows, and up she goes. But like I said to you, I remind you so many times, when you're coming up, you've got to retrace here. I said to you, get overextended from the 1618 was that target. You've got to come in for the retracement. If you can hold it, you're going to start to come back up. But we're putting a deeper retracement here than anticipated, putting the fear of God into people, you know, people thinking we're entering a bear market or a capitulation or going to 2K or whatever, you know. And if you look at historical data for Bitcoin, the fear and, you know, depression always offers optimal entry points, doesn't it? So, you know, there's no guarantees, but it's all about support and resistance. But if we can hold this beautiful double bottom, what we should beginning to form for Bitcoin, start to come back up and break back above the 1 fib, we're invalidating the 1618 target, and you start to come back up and breaking bullish and retracing that high. And let's have a look what we do here for Bitcoin, okay? So I hope you enjoyed that little update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.